template made for the control panel. Took me all afternoon to do that, believe it or not. I used my Empire Express computer railroad drawing application to do it. Still not completely happy with it. I had to make some concessions. The actual track plan on there doesn't really mirror the actual track plan up here, but I needed to make sure that there was room for the push buttons, because the way I'm going to do this is there will be a push button and one single light. The light will indicate that the switch is thrown, I believe is how I'm going to do that. So that you can, at a quick glance, you can see if all the lights are off, then all the main line is clear. If you see a light, then you know that that switch has been thrown for the siding or the diverging route. So the next step is going to be actually drilling the holes, putting the push buttons in and the LEDs, and seeing if it actually fits. This of course is just laid up there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my fascia, push this back, whatever the distance that it's going to take to make sure that my lid comes down flush with the fascia and doesn't interfere with the buttons. That's going to have the control panel will be recessed, I'm guessing, by a ½ inch or an inch. I don't know. I'm going to mess with that and see how that works. But I think that's going to work pretty good. I think I'm going to try two different colors. I'm going to try and go with a black and maybe a silver pin for the actual trackage. I think that would look pretty nice. Got the push buttons put in for the control panel. Worked out pretty good. I'm happy with it. Now I've just got to recreate a different control panel here. I've got the fascia cut out. I've got this framework pushed in there right now, but I don't think I'm going to go with that framework. It's going to be similar but not quite the same, because here's the issue. I have got a joist right here and a joist right there. I attempted to put the control panel in between the two joists. That just didn't work because it was lopsided to the right hand side of the layout, and there really wasn't enough length in between the two for the actual control panel. So I had to extend the length. It's about 26 inches from left to right there. But I want this flush with this. I think that needs to happen. That's going to give me a little more room on the top side up here for some scenery actually on top of the control panel. And so that's going to be the next thing I do. I don't think it's going to be too terribly difficult. I'm getting close. Did some more work on the panel. So did make a couple little mistakes on this, and I'm still not 100% sure that this is what the finished product will be. This is kind of a prototype. So you can see my push buttons. They're supposed to be at the switch point, and then the light is supposed to be at the frog. So this one up here, this is actually correct. This is the points, that's the frog. The light will light up when it's aligned with the diverging route. On this one, you can see I accidentally drew my line to my point instead of to my frog, so I'm off there. And then I did the same thing here. I drew my line to my switch point instead of to my frog, and that one definitely made an imbalance in how the UP3 panel is in there. So I'm definitely going to redo that part of it. I think I can mask it off and spray paint and redo it, and it'll be okay for my prototype. I'm still not sure that that's what I'm going to go with, but it'll probably be what I go with for now. Talked about this in a previous video, and I finally went ahead and went with it. But this is the end cap for the layout. So all we have to do is pull that out. I'm going to be able to show it very good on camera. That slides right in just like that. And voila. You've got a makeshift end for the layout that trains can bump up against without having to worry about them falling off into the never-ending pit of doom. Now, on the back side here, if I can get in here and show you, but there will be a grab iron right here, and that will actually bolt through the fascia, and when the grab irons come off, then that's what holds them on. I think that's going to work pretty good. Back to this, my large gaping river that is not a river. So aside from doing these videos on YouTube, I'm also on a forum, a model railroad forum called the Railwire. And if you're not a part of any model railroad forum, I strongly suggest you get on one, because you're going to find lots of people that have lots of really good ideas and have probably been down the same road that you're on right now. I had mentioned using cheesecloth and plaster to fix the problem, and one of those guys, well, you know, they make this stuff called expandable foam that's perfect for gaps. And I was like, yeah, why didn't I think of that? So what I'm going to do, fill up as much of it as I can with the pink foam, and then where the gaps are, come in with expandable spray foam, spray it in there, and then I can carve everything. I think that's a really good solution that's still carvable and still be able to make what I'm going to do the way I want it. Use the Great Stuff foam, liquid foam. You can see I've got some growth out there onto my mainline track bed. I'm hoping that will be easy enough to cut with a hot wire and sand down without any damage to the cork. It looks like it really goes, you know, kind of absorbed into the cork, but I think I'll be able to do it without too many problems. This is removable. It's wedged in there pretty good, but the whole, I'm not doing a very good job of showing what I'm looking at, but this right here is completely removable so that the entire panel can lift up out of there. I wanted to make sure that if I ever need to work or make adjustments on the panel can come out without any issues. So next step now is to get carving on some foam, and that's something I've never really done before. I've done some small scale things with some Sculptamold, you know, on a flat piece of plywood, but I've never done anything like this, so I'm hoping it doesn't look janky when I'm through. But I've got some hot wire tools here, foam cutting tools. I'm thinking that should make the process easier, and again, I don't have any experience using that stuff either. But I'll show you more when I've done more.